The Iranian warship cut through the Persian Gulf, its steel hull slicing the gentle waves as it moved with purpose. The ship's engines hummed steadily, a familiar sound to the seasoned crew who had spent countless hours patrolling these waters. Sunlight danced on the waves, casting shimmering patterns across the deck. The crew, at ease, leaned against the railings and chatted quietly, confident in their patrol. Some shared stories, others simply enjoyed the warmth of the sun, trusting in the routine of their mission. No alarm sounded, and no one scanned the sea for danger. The bridge was calm, with officers monitoring instruments out of habit rather than urgency. It was just another day at sea, or so it seemed. Above the water, everything seemed calm and ordinary. The ship's wake trailed behind, marking its steady progress through the vast expanse of blue. But below the surface, danger waited, silent and unseen. The ocean hid secrets that the crew above could not imagine. A U.S. submarine, silent and unseen, crept along the ocean floor. Its hull blended with the dark water, moving with the patience of a predator stalking its prey. Every movement was calculated, every sound muffled by the deep. No sonar ping gave it away. The sailors on the warship had no idea they were being watched, their routines undisturbed by the invisible threat lurking below. Even the sharpest eyes on deck missed the threat. Lookouts scanned the horizon, searching for surface dangers, never suspecting what lay beneath. The true hunter in this battle was invisible, patient, and ready to strike without warning. Its crew waited in silence, every sense focused on the warship above. Above, the world carried on, oblivious to the tension building below. Below, the balance of power was about to shift, and the fate of both vessels hung in the silence between them. Everything changed in a heartbeat. The calm was shattered, and the crew's confidence turned to shock as the reality of the threat became clear. In the calm, a storm was building, and it started with a whisper from the deep, a warning that the ocean's silence could break at any moment, forever altering the course of those who sailed above. Submarines live in silence. They move slowly, hiding from sonar and human eyes. Their quiet propellers and smooth shapes let them glide through the water like ghosts. Silence is their greatest weapon. Inside the submarine, every sound matters. The crew speak in whispers, shoes are padded, doors close softly. Any loud noise could give away their position to enemy sonar. The ocean hides them, but it also listens. This silence is both comfort and curse. It keeps the submarine safe, but it also builds tension. The crew know that their lives depend on staying hidden. Every moment is a careful dance, every move a risk. When submarines attack, they strike without warning. There are no warning shots, no build-up, only sudden terror. That is why submarines are feared. They can end a battle before it begins. The Persian Gulf is a narrow sea, stretching between Iran and the Arabian Peninsula. Its waters are confined, making every movement visible and every action significant. This region is not just a geographical boundary. It's a crossroads of power, history, and ambition. Every day, massive oil tankers and heavily armed warships navigate these crowded lanes. The Gulf is a vital artery for the world's energy supply, with a third of global oil shipments passing through its narrow straits. The constant flow of ships makes the area both economically crucial and dangerously congested. Countries compete fiercely for control, and the threat of confrontation is always present. Naval patrols are on high alert, watching for any sign of trouble. Even the smallest incident can escalate quickly, turning routine patrols into tense standoffs. For the world's navies, this is one of the most dangerous places on Earth. Iran and the United States have faced off here for decades, each side shadowing the other's moves. Warships track each other's positions, and radar operators scan the horizon, always prepared for a sudden crisis. In these tight waters, small mistakes can spiral out of control. A misinterpreted maneuver or a single warning shot could trigger a major incident. The ever-present risk of war keeps every sailor on edge, knowing that peace here is fragile and temporary. Submarines add another layer of uncertainty. Silent and nearly invisible, they slip beneath the surface, impossible to track with certainty. When a submarine vanishes, no one knows where it might reappear, making every ship's crew anxious and alert to unseen dangers lurking below. A single attack or confrontation in the Gulf can send shockwaves across the globe. Oil prices can skyrocket overnight, stock markets react instantly, and politicians rush to issue urgent statements. The world's media focuses on the region, and millions watch anxiously, waiting to see if the next spark will ignite a wider conflict. Inside the submarine, the crew work in tight spaces. Every movement is calculated, every step carefully placed to avoid bumping into a fellow sailor or a piece of vital equipment. The narrow corridors and low ceilings make even the simplest tasks a challenge, demanding constant awareness and teamwork. The air smells of metal and machine oil, a constant reminder of the powerful engines and intricate machinery that keep the vessel alive. The hum of equipment is ever present, blending with the occasional hiss of hydraulics and the distant thrum of the propeller. Every wall is covered in pipes, wires, and blinking lights. These are the veins and nerves of the submarine, carrying power, data, and life support throughout the vessel. The complexity is staggering, yet every component has its place and purpose. The control room is the brain of the vessel, filled with screens and controls. Here, officers and crew monitor every system, from navigation to propulsion, ensuring the submarine remains on course and undetected. Sailors sit at sonar stations, headphones on, listening for the faintest sound. Their concentration is intense, as even the smallest noise could signal danger or opportunity. They search for the singing of ships above or the splash of a loose anchor chain. Each sound is analyzed, compared to known signatures, and cataloged for future reference. Every click or hum could be a clue. The crew must distinguish between harmless ocean noise and the telltale signs of an enemy vessel lurking nearby. Their job is to find enemies without being found. Stealth is their greatest weapon, and silence is their shield. The tension is constant, as the threat of detection is always present. Life below is routine, but always tense. Every day is a cycle of drills, maintenance, and vigilance, broken only by brief moments of rest or camaraderie. The captain walks between stations, checking screens and whispering orders. His presence is reassuring, a steady hand guiding the crew through the darkness beneath the waves. Meals are quick and simple. There's little time for luxury, and every minute spent eating is a minute away from duty. Yet these shared meals are moments of connection and morale. Sleep comes in short shifts. Crew members rest when they can, squeezed into narrow bunks, always ready to spring into action at a moment's notice. The crew must always be ready for battle. Drills are frequent, and every sailor knows their role in an emergency, whether it's a fire, a flood, or a sudden call to arms. The submarine's greatest tool is its sonar. This sophisticated system is the crew's lifeline, allowing them to see with sound in the pitch-black depths. It sends out sound waves, then listens for echoes. Each returning signal paints a picture of the world outside, revealing hidden dangers or distant targets. Sonar can spot ships miles away, even through darkness and silence. It can detect the faintest movement, giving the submarine a crucial edge in the underwater chess game. It is the eyes and ears of the silent hunter, guiding the crew safely through the unseen world beneath the waves, always searching, always listening. The U.S. submarine locked onto the Iranian warship using sonar. The operators tracked it quietly, marking its course on digital maps. They stayed just out of range, watching every move. Day after day, they followed from a distance, waiting for the perfect moment. The submarine's captain ordered slow, silent maneuvers. Every change in depth or direction was carefully planned. The submarine hugged the seafloor, hiding in underwater valleys and behind mudbanks. Inside, the crew held their breath. They watched sonar screens, looking for signs the warship had noticed them. But the enemy ship sailed on, unaware of the silent threat below. This was a deadly game of patience. One mistake could give away the submarine's position. But if they waited too long, the warship might slip away. Timing was everything. The moment of attack came without warning. The captain, voice steady and calm, gave the order, "Prepare torpedo!" The crew moved quickly, but with practiced silence. The torpedo room buzzed with quiet energy. A sailor entered the firing code. Another unlocked the tube, ready for launch. The captain waited for the perfect shot, watching the warship's course on his screen. The tension in the room was electric. No one spoke. Every heartbeat seemed loud. At last, the target lined up. The captain gave the order, "Fire." A single button press sent the torpedo surging from the tube. It rushed out silently, leaving the submarine hidden in the darkness. The crew watched their screens, tracking the torpedo's path. Now there was nothing to do but wait and listen for the explosion. The torpedo moved fast and low, guided by its own sonar. It cut through the water, invisible and unstoppable. Above, the Iranian warship finally noticed something was wrong. Alarms sounded. Sailors rushed to their battle stations. But it was too late. The torpedo closed in, locked onto the warship's hull. The crew on the ship tried desperate maneuvers. They turned sharply, engines roaring. But the torpedo was already there. In the submarine, everyone listened for the final sound. The crew gripped their seats, waiting. Then, a deep rumble echoed through the water. The torpedo hit. The world above erupted in chaos. The submarine's mission was not over. Now, they had to escape before the enemy could react. Smoke rose from the Iranian warship. Flames spread across the deck. Sailors scrambled to fight the fire and help the wounded. Radios crackled with desperate calls for help. In minutes, the ship began to list and sink. In the submarine, the crew moved quickly, turning away from the scene. They dropped deeper, hiding in the cold darkness. No one spoke until they were sure they were safe. The escape was silent and swift. News of the attack spread fast. Around the world, governments reacted with shock and anger. Oil prices soared. Diplomats met in secret rooms. The Persian Gulf became even more dangerous. This single, silent strike changed everything. It showed the world that submarines could destroy a ship without warning. Their power was invisible, unstoppable, and terrifying. Submarines are the most feared ships in modern navies. They can hide for weeks, moving unseen beneath the waves. Their attacks come without warning, and their escapes are just as quick. No enemy can rest easy while a submarine is near. After the strike, other navies took notice. Ships added more sonar. Patrols grew tense, but nothing could erase the fear of what lurked below. The submarine had changed the rules. Politicians debated new treaties. Military leaders warned of more attacks. The world learned that one silent strike could shift the balance of power overnight. The story of the US submarine and the Iranian warship reminded everyone: in modern warfare, the most dangerous enemy is often the one you never see.